a £35 million transfer is never really a £35 million transfer. It's usually more and less at the same time. And the reason why I say that is what tends to happen is, and we take that 35 million number, is if that is the transfer fee, the headline transfer fee, what usually happens is transfers are paid in installments. And what happens is some parts of the transfer fee are fixed, i.e. paid regardless, but usually paid over a number of installments. And some parts of the transfer fee are contingent, i.e. dependent on particular events. So for example, it might actually be that only £20 million of the £35 million may be actually fixed, i.e. guaranteed. So it might mean that £10 million is paid on the day or within a certain amount of days of the transfer being completed, and then another £10 million on the first anniversary of the transfer, for example. And the remaining £15 million, which then takes it up to 35, might be dependent on the club being promoted. It might be dependent on the club getting into the Champions League and the player playing. It might be particular player performance related matters as well. So the point being is that when you see the 35 million figure, it might not be that 35 million figure. At the time of the transfer, actually only £10 million is actually transferred hands. But the other point generally as well is that that figure doesn't take into account the player's wages. And usually for a multi-million pound transfer for an elite player moving to an elite club, sometimes the actual wage liability could be more than the actual transfer fee that's ended up being paid.